Hello and welcome to this session where we'll explore how Oracle transformed its employee experience with Oracle Guided Learning. My name is Andrew Bowen and I oversee the Talent Management Center of Expertise for Oracle.
And I'm Damien Carey. I lead Oracle University for Oracle Corporation.
Like a lot of our customers, Oracle has many complex internal systems and processes, especially when you consider we have over 170,000 employees, 37,000 new hires a year in 175 countries. To be able to innovate and instead of just maintain, our HR team is consistently returning how we do things and rethinking about them. Our technology follows employees and managers from the moment they express interest in a job through their career up to and including retirement or exit. Employees and managers initiate an average of 18,000 HR transactions in our systems each week. Many organizations and programs rely on feeds from our systems to run their businesses as well. We needed technology foundation that let us focus on our strategy rather than the tactics of patching things together. We needed systems that could give us a better ability to recruit top talent and once onboarded, give managers support in developing their employees. So I'd like to set the stage for this session and the details that I'll be sharing later by noting that as a company of this size and spanning the globe, the digital transformation journey has been integral to increasing Oracle employee success to in turn deliver on customer success. This transformation journey has been centered around three pillars enabled by the shift to HCM Cloud. First, getting better data, analytics, and insights to drive innovation and decisions that make a difference. Second, innovating on how we attract, retain, and develop our talent to support both employee and customer success. And then third, bringing people, information, and experience together to deliver on our strategy. This journey is important to deliver and to understand the context for understanding the impact of our Oracle Guided Learning within our organization. My team, the Talent Management Center of Expertise, plays a key role for supporting this transformation journey in that we manage the configuration, the implementation, and deployment of the Oracle HCM talent applications, and we enable our organizational development and HR partners to serve the business with the necessary information and guidance to help them be successful with performance management, career development, talent review, and succession planning processes. Over to you, Damien.
So you might ask, why Oracle Guided Learning? Well, Andrew will make that clear for you with his experience in getting fantastic results with our employee adoption of talent management using Oracle Guided Learning. But before Andrew talks through his experience, I wanted to share where our customers see value. So there are three major elements that underscore the reason Oracle Guided Learning is important for enterprises embarking on a cloud business transformation. Firstly, Oracle Guided Learning accelerates cloud adoption. OGL, as we affectionately call it, is a critical tool in the initial planning and implementation phase of a cloud project. Customers use guided learning as a very effective tool for user acceptance testing and to ensure that business process gaps or significant changes to business process can be learned by users in real time at the point of user action within the production application without any prior training. These capabilities dramatically improve the time to value of an implementation. It's important to note that OGL is valid well beyond the initial implementation and continues to support customers through the cloud lifecycle, keeping organizations and their employees up to date and current on the latest upgrades, changes to the cloud, and evolving company policies and procedures. Secondly, OGL empowers users, enabling them through a business transformation, delivering learning content to employees in a predictive manner and anticipating their needs. Delivering the right information at the right time means that employees are empowered to act and complete the tasks at hand, from change management and training to communication and adoption. OGL provides guidance directly in the application, arming employees with the knowledge they need to maximize their productivity. The third key element where customers see value in creating productivity efficiencies is where we deliver content in the moments that matter, and we help to reduce the cost of constantly supporting employees through continuous and ongoing change. OGL serves as your front line to drive efficiencies across your organization. By having ultimate control over what is delivered to your users, guiding them through critical processes, and providing them an easy way to answer their questions, you can dramatically improve productivity and reduce support tickets, improving your bottom line. Next slide, please. So what is Oracle Guided Learning? Well, Oracle Guided Learning is a cloud application or a SaaS service. It's a non-invasive technology that overlays all Oracle Fusion Cloud applications to provide intelligent, programmable, just-in-time coaching for application users. We use OGL extensively across Oracle Corporation for our employees on talent management, as we'll discuss today with Andrew, but also for the entire HCM application suite, for ERP financials, supply chain, customer experience, marketing, and our industry applications. We provide multi-language support and a vast library of best practice process guides. OGL is integrated and secure. It's configured and tightly integrated to work with Oracle Cloud applications out of the box. So there's no requirement for manual coding, JavaScripts, or browser extensions. OGL enables a personalized service. It recognizes all employee job roles and delivers content that is personal and specifically relevant to the user or groups of users. It allows for learning in the flow of work, enabling users to receive a contextual learning experience in the moment they need the knowledge during the execution of a business process, improving the quality and accuracy of the data being captured. OGL is also enabled on mobile devices, just as our cloud applications are mobile enabled. So OGL can be easily configured for mobile use. Analytics. For business leaders, knowing the effectiveness of their cloud adoption is critical. OGL can provide insights through analytics on user productivity, highlighting opportunities for process improvement, benchmarking performance against industry best practice. And then being immediately productive. As OGL is live in the production cloud application, users receive real-time, immediate access to support and guidance. The guides include step-by-step flows, communications, messaging, task lists, and other learning assets. It enables users to be productive from the very first day. They no longer have to attend workshops or pre-go-live training, receive manually compiled job aids, etc. All of these things are expensive to produce and maintain, and they become redundant and out of date in the cloud environment very, very quickly. It also reduces support costs. Minimally, most customers that deploy guided learning as their adoption solution reduce their support costs by 50%. Whilst this is very tangible and easy to measure, it's not the only outcome. Importantly, users can then spend their time more productively on their job functions, whether that's recruiting or selling, servicing their businesses and clients with accurate information versus seeking support from the help desk. So Andrew, hopefully our audience is a little bit more familiar with Oracle Guided Learning as a cloud adoption solution. But perhaps you'd like to share some more detail on the solutions that you've created at Oracle for talent management.
So now let's take a look at some of the challenges we had at Oracle for which guided learning brought great results. Like many of you, we previously had resources for our employee, manager, and HR audiences scattered across websites, document repositories, video portals, all outside of HCM, where these audiences were actually engaged with the various talent processes, and therefore the information and guidance was out of reach and very inconvenient to find at the time of need. It was also difficult for these audiences to connect the dots, so to speak, around finding the related guidance required at the point of making decisions, such as steps for working through the annual performance review process. And again, considering our global audience, our employee base includes many different role types, locations, and experience levels with the system, which is in itself a challenge. And because we aim to ensure the system configuration meets that global need, there may be field labels or other use of language in the system that can be a stumbling block based on different regional or country norms. Creating the many resources in the past also required a large commitment of time and effort for building videos, constructing guides, and more. And each of those would be out of date shortly after publishing due to the HCM quarterly upgrades or other things that bring great new features and enhancements. And so we would not be unable to keep up with those changes. So here's where we went and the results that we had incorporating guided learning. So first, think of it, we are a large company, over 170,000 employees. Approximately 86,000 of those used talent management guided learning over the last year. That's about 2/3 of our employee base. So for talent management, this includes 185 total assets, many of which are guides and smart tips available throughout the HCM talent applications. And what's great is that we can still benefit from resources outside the system, since guided learning enables the ability to link to or import existing videos and documents, and the added benefits that our employee manager and HR audiences now have them close at hand and discoverable when they're needed. Now, we have found that as the Oracle HCM products grow and evolve, there's really very little need for system guidance. The urgency really for our users is for guidance on the process, the how related to actions for performance management, career development, etc. So for example, a manager is, let's say, ready to create performance goals to cascade to their team and is unsure whether the guidance is to use the share or assign options or functions in HCM goal management. Guided learning from that location now includes the guidance, preventing the manager from having to go back to emails or other sources to know what to do. A second example is for an HR specialist. Think of one who is creating a talent review meeting. They may recall that we have a naming convention, and that naming convention is a standard they need to maintain, but they can't recall exactly what it is. Well, with guided learning from that system location, that precise place where they're doing the work, it brings the information close at hand. So there's no need to go consult with a colleague or find some other source. And we have found that we have had made great strides, as you can see by the number on this screen. So in our world, when it comes to reporting talent management issues or inquiries, our employees submit a support request through a help portal. And since guided learning has been in place, those requests have been reduced by 70%. So now my team can focus on when there is an increase in support tickets for a particular issue that informs where we may want to add additional guidance versus focusing just on the general things that we believe may be issues. We also host a Slack channel for our frontline HR partners who support the business. When we published the guides for HR administrative tasks, that channel basically went silent. So now the conversation in that Slack channel is more focused on best practice sharing, and that's where the focus should be instead of issue resolution. Oracle is a large organization, as we said, with employees and customers across the globe. So to remain agile and maximize the benefit of the cloud cycle, we avoid system customization for countries and regions as well as cross-functional processes, and instead now find we can provide the more specific location information through guided learning, through the smart tips, especially as a mechanism for making those things clear and definable by those different parameters. For example, in the Oracle HCM career development application, we have smart tips that direct employees on how to request assistance from an internal mobility team. And the smart tips also clarify the related policies and steps involved outside of the application. We are now going real time and seeing real time benefits from the reports and analytics available with guided learning. These tools have increased our understanding of the audience needs and preferences through analysis of what is being used the most, the least, and how many unique users are engaged from various groups. For example, looking at usage over the last year, 89% of our usage was through smart tips. So we're continuing to invest there and make more of those available where it helps our users move quickly. And we're also seeking to heighten the helpfulness of step guides as support tools within and outside of Oracle HCM. For overall usage, we were really pleased to see that the top 3 most utilized assets have been an even mix for our 3 audiences, including a career statement smart tip for employees, and talent review preparation guide for managers, and a talent review setup smart tip for HR specialists. This accounts for over 900,000 accesses, including 293,000 alone for the talent review smart tip. And with our recent development of or deployment, I should say, of the guided learning feedback feature, we are now gathering user experience data. So currently, positive responses average 4.2 on a 5-point scale, and we look forward to seeing what else we can learn from that feedback. Finally, the analytics are also informing needs for just-in-time action. If you remember that support request reduction statistic I shared earlier, watching the trends with support requests also informs where we can make spur-of-the-moment additions or changes to guides and tips and to resolve issues before any more get reported. And finally, guided learning has enabled us to evolve our learning strategy to where we no longer invest significant time and labor to create reference documents, external videos, and more for our audiences. The resource updates we were trying to keep up with were becoming stale the moment that they were published. But with guided learning, we have help now to avoid spending time on these tasks. The change has freed up my team's time for more strategic and important work like engagements versus the basics of how to walk through a series of steps and practice norms for our audiences. So the learning strategy change that I was just talking about has also allowed us to focus on the quality of the guidance. As the HCM system continues to evolve and becomes even more intuitive, we can bring even more valuable and valuable contextual guidance. Our organization is focusing on shifting the culture to provide continuous feedback that can support employee success. So we'd rather spend time on supporting that employee success and designing quality guidance on ways to provide valuable feedback rather than laboring over a document guide or some other reference or resource tool. Regarding videos, the guided learning step guides automatically produce a video that shows the steps of walking through a particular process. So the bottom line to all this is guided learning keeps our users in the system and maximizes the ability to reach the audience with just-in-time talent process guidance. And since guided learning is there, as we say now, in the flow of work, then it makes for a much better user experience and saves time and effort on their part. And finally, the time savings for us means dollars saved, which is truly the bottom line. And the less time my team spends on support resources, the more time they have for consultation and strategic planning and really achieving results.
Yeah, I'll just echo those comments, Andrew. I think one observation I have that if we could measure people's blood pressure and the level of their frustration, it's probably caused a huge reduction in frustration of our employees as well. So the deployment of guided learning with Oracle's cloud applications, as Andrew said, will support and drive your business transformation. It provides the right guidance and support for users at exactly the right time. It maximizes adoption and creates efficiencies through reduction in support and reducing training development costs. Constant change has never been more prevalent than it is in the world today. Oracle Guided Learning puts the ownership and control back in the hands of enterprises and their employees, which positively impacts user adoption in a low cost, but also a fun and meaningful way to work. And we're really excited to announce that Oracle Guided Learning is now available for all Fusion Cloud customers. We're enabling it as a fast start to your digital adoption journey, and it will be included out of the box with Fusion applications when you procure Oracle Fusion applications. So it's really ideal for customers starting on their cloud journey with best practice adoption solutions, standard out-of-the-box deployments, and guidance for targeted specific business processes. It will be available in the short term for Fusion customers only, with up to 15 process guides, smart tips, beacons, and other learning assets. It provides for simple provisioning and setup of guided learning with inbuilt training and support. We provide embedded business process intelligence for adoption, and it helps to save time with pre-built adoption use cases and process guides, and access also to business process training for content for all users. And then finally, we provide a simple pathway and upgrade mechanism to our premium version of guided learning for enterprise scale services, global features, and unlimited learning access and access to industry cloud, as well as third-party applications. So this is a really exciting and value-adding opportunity for all Fusion customers to take advantage of. So just to wrap, thank you for listening to this vodcast today on guided learning and how it's been deployed at Oracle. And on behalf of Andrew and myself, we wish you well on your cloud journey and business transformation. Thank you.